When an AI system fails, who in your company is actually on the hook? The vendor, the data team, legal, or you as an executive? In this module, we'll turn that blurry picture into a clear ownership and governance model you can confidently lead. In most organizations, AI has crept into dozens of tools and processes, but ownership is fuzzy. When everyone kind of owns it, nobody truly does. That's when shadow AI grows, controls become inconsistent, and regulatory and ethical risks are managed by luck instead of design. To lead under the EU AI Act, think in 3 layers of control. Governance is who sets direction, approves policies, and makes the hard calls when risks surface. Accountability is who is on the hook when things go wrong. The operating model is how work actually gets done day to day. If these 3 don't align, compliance will look good on paper and fail in practice. At the board level, the job is not to manage models, but to govern risk. The board decides how much AI risk the organization is willing to take, insists it's treated as an enterprise and fiduciary issue, and demands independent assurance that controls actually work in reality. For the EU AI Act to work in your organization, the C-suite has to act as one system. The CEO sets ambition and culture. The CRO weaves AI into risk and compliance frameworks. The CIO or CTO defines technical standards and security. The CDO owns data quality and ethics. Together, they turn board expectations into concrete priorities and operational decisions. Legal and compliance teams are your translators between dense regulation and everyday business choices. Legal turns the EU AI Act into contracts, policies, and guidance. Compliance tests behavior against those rules in practice. And your data protection officer anchors everything in privacy by design and robust impact assessments. Operational responsibility is the engine room of AI compliance. Product owners define why the system exists, who it affects, and what good enough performance and risk look like. Data scientists turn that intent into models with bias tests and robustness checks. MLOps then keeps everything running safely, with secure pipelines, monitoring, and infrastructure that can handle real-world stress. For the AI Act, it's crucial to distinguish building from being accountable. Technical teams own the model, the data pipeline, and code quality. Business leaders own outcomes, customer impact, fairness, compliance, and commercial risk. Regulators will primarily question the business, so governance must make that accountability explicit, documented, and traceable. Your AI governance committee acts as the central nervous system. It connects strategy, operations, legal, IT, risk, and product into one decision forum. This group takes on tough calls for high-risk use cases, approves exceptions, and monitors dashboards and remediation plans. The signal to leaders is clear. No single department can govern AI alone. As AI matures, generic do-it-all roles stop working. Specialized roles emerge. An AI risk officer owns the control framework. An AI ethics lead guards values and societal impact. Responsible AI champions spread these expectations into daily product work and team decisions, so principles show up in how systems are actually built and used. AI governance shouldn't be a new bureaucracy sitting off to the side. It's most effective when it plugs into structures you already trust: risk and architecture committees, security and data controls, internal audit programs. Embed AI guardrails into these existing forums so governance becomes part of everyday decision-making, not an extra layer. RACI is how you turn "someone should own this" into clear, trackable responsibility. For each key AI activity, you specify who does the work, who makes the final call, who must be consulted, and who is simply kept informed. Then you wire this into job descriptions, standard procedures, and escalation paths, so ownership survives reorgs, turnover, and crises. A coherent ownership model means AI compliance is designed into how the organization runs. The board sets the tone and risk appetite. Executives convert that into strategy and priorities. A governance committee coordinates decisions, specialist functions provide guardrails, and operational teams execute. When these layers line up, compliance becomes a predictable output of the system, not a project-by-project bottleneck. If you remember only one thing, make it this. Ambiguity creates AI risk. Clarity contains it. Decide who owns which systems, which decisions, and which risks. With clear ownership, real compliance and trustworthy AI become achievable, repeatable, and sustainable.